Okay, so now guys, let's talk about tests with tests in CSS. We call it tests. Let's put test style. Yep, test style. So for the test style, let me first put a let me use a p tag. Let's say a test one. So let me give it a class name. Don't forget our attributes to have, oh shit, our class name to have the attribute of test one. Good. um you see this input tag. Try to use this input type test area. I forgot to teach you guys. You see this test area, just remove the name and id first. You see this test area, if you compare it with your normal inputs of test, you see that, you see, for inputs, for normal inputs, you see that you now you just be writing, linearly. It will just be go on a straight line. Then if you try this test area, you see that this place you can click your enter. So you see with this test area you can write, let's say you want to say, okay, input your message here. Use test area mostly, sure you get. But if you are filling a form, use a input. But if you want user to send message to you, then you should put test area so they can write their message anyhow they want it. You see. But compared to this one, it should just be going straight. It should just be going straight. But the test area. So I forgot to put that one. So I just remember now. So sorry for about that. Just check about that and try and use it. So let's go back to what we are talking about. So we have this test one of this class name of test one. So let's comment our CSS here. We have the test style. Don't forget, this is how to comment in CSS. I taught you guys now. So we have the test one. So we check our test one. You see we have our test one to be this here. Okay, I'd like to show you guys this tag of hr of this. So this one, let's just use this one to demarcate it. So this hr, if you check, if you watch that YouTube video, I think you should have seen it also now. But this hr is just for you to write a very long horizontal line. Yes. So let's just put it like this. So I assume you don't know it, but you have know it now. So this one starts with your stem. This one is for the beginning. This one is for color. This one is for test. So you should just use it and demarcate it like that. So for our test one, so we have dot class name of test one. So for test one, for if you want to style your tests, we have everything here for tests. Everything here, we have our h1, h2, h3. But everything cannot be, you cannot just be putting colors to everything. Sometimes you might want to style your test, so you get. So now first of all, we have test one. So example of styling, you can style it to have color of you can have it to have color. Let's say you put your color, so you already know about color, so let's just give it this color. Okay, we have this color for it. We give it this color. Okay, this is our test one here. Then now you want it, let's say you want your test to be this it should be thick a little bit. So that's where we have this test font. So you get, what do I call it? Test font. This font. So just put it as the syntax is just font. So but this font has different. So you have the font size, you have the font weight, the font weight, then we have the font family. So So let's do this one to talk about fonts. I think it should be easier like this. Let's start this one to talk about font here. So so you see this text style font size, it will allow your it will allow your this thing, it will allow your text to be, for you to maybe like to increase the height, just like increase the height and width. Yes, the height and width. So because text do not have height and width, so what will you put as this font size? Let's say I put it as 10 pixels. You see this pixels, it is used for this pixels is like unit. You know, if you want to measure something, you put it at 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter. Don't forget, you have 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter. Now in CSS, we have different type of measurement. We have these pixels, we have this we have this pt, and you can use this percent. Now everything works fine. Now you see I put it as 10 em, it is very big. If I put it as these pixels, it will be smaller. If I put it as 10% of the normal screen, it should be, see. And if I put it to have 10 pt, now this pt is almost like the pixels. So now, but most times I will advise you to use these pixels for test. Use pixels most time for test. Good. So just use, if you have 10 pixels, you see that is small here. Then let's put it as 17, let's put it to have 25 pixels. You see it's already getting big, it's already getting big. The size is increasing. If you put it as 40 pixels, you see that the size is going to what, is going to also increase. You see the size is even bigger than this our h1 that we have here. You see, so this h1 is just for you to have a default heading, so don't forget. But this text size, this font size is going to help you to increase your font. Now if you have your font size, you can use anything from any value you want, any value you want. You can put 1000 pixels, any value you want. You see, just put your pixels. Good. But doesn't make sense here. Let's just put 24 pixels, so that it's going to be good for what we want here. So now let's talk about this font weight. You see this font weight, you do not have to put any unit to it. So you see this font weight, you can start with 100. You see this 100 is going to make your value to be very thin. You see this weight is like the, let's talk, let's use it as like human. It's like the weight of someone. Should I call it the weight or the stature? Let's call it the stature of someone. You know how if you see one guy, you see that this guy is very slim. So these are really like the font weight. So you see this one, if it has 100, it is very 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 thin. Now don't think of putting 150 or 200. Yeah, don't think of putting 150, 120. Just be putting it as 100, 200, 300. Because if you are trying to be putting 350, it's not going to be really reflect to what you are doing. So just be using 100, 200, 300, 400. I think the last one is 1000. So just start from 1000. So that 1000 is that's the boldest. You see it now. You see it's almost like this h1. It's almost like this h1 boldness. But if I also put it to be this 400, it's going to be like around the medium size. You see it now. You see it's even different. It's already going different from my normal styling. So if I want it to be very bold, I can just put it 700. You see it now. Good. You now see this font family. This font family, you see this font family is like the text style. You know, in this WhatsApp, you have, if you put this in WhatsApp now, you see if you put this thing, stuff like this, and you put this stuff like, you know that it's going to make the word to have to be in this italic word. Then if you even have these if you add these stuff like this, and then if you write word between it and you still add word like this, it's going to be in this what's the monospace word. So this font family is like telling you that you can write any word. You see, this is example of a monospace. So this font family is like you putting a word in the, like the text design, the text family you want, the font family you want, are like the text style. So instead of you see this all this normal, this one, all this one, they are sans serif font family. Don't worry, if you start using CDN, I'll teach you how to get um what is it called, how to get font family from Google Fonts. So you can use other platform like Google Fonts to get your own font and use your font. Now I can use monospace, I can use sans. You see, these are an example of the font family that is giving me. I can use sans serif, but the default value, the default this thing that we have is sans serif. So let me just use cursive here. So you see, this cursive is going to make it like this. You see it now. You see the font family. So this was what was the function of the font family. So this is all about font. So good. Let's create another p tag. I told you this CSS is kind of much. I'm not sure you can even finish these test attributes yourself. But don't worry, I'm going to make it faster. So let me have this one to have class of test 2. Let's have it to have test 2. So in this test 2, we are going to be talking about test transform. So let's talk about test transform. So let's test our attribute dot test 2. Then we have the test transform. You see, this test transform is like I have a word like this, so I can transform it to anything I want. So let's say I write this bullshit, everything in small letter like this. You see, everything is in small letter like this. You see that if you check this, you see that the so you can style it like this to anything like this. You can add color, you can add font, you can add font size, you can add font weight. But you see that this font size is different from this font size because we have had CSS font size to this. So that's function of CSS. You see that this thing is getting different from the normal HTML we were having before. It's getting more like attractive. Now you see this one is very very simple. Just like what I said, just add this text transform. You see, if you just add the text and transform, you now add dot text 2. You can transform your text to from lowercase to uppercase. Let's say I want to change everything to uppercase now. If I change everything to uppercase, you see that everything here is what it has changed back to what, uppercase. Then if I want to change it to lowercase, I can just change it back to what, lowercase. You see, everything is back to lowercase. And if I want to capitalize it, like you see this one, I want this first letter, this letter T, I want it to be capital letter. Then I'll just do what, I'll just put capitalize. I'll just write capitalize. You see what I say? This first letter now is now T. And don't forget, I did not touch my HTML. You see, everything here is small letter. Now you see we have the capitalize, the lowercase. I hope you are getting this thing very well. Let me just, so the this thing we have here is the, so what you can use here is the lowercase, uppercase, and capitalize. Don't forget, lowercase, uppercase, and capitalize. For this DSSS, you can just get a note because I know this stuff is kind of very 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 crazy. Then let's talk about text decoration. Let's talk about text decoration. We have the dot text 3. So let me, for this test 3, I'm going to, okay, let me first put my p tag to have this class, to have the test 3. Then we are going to have test 3. Good. Now if you check it, we have our test 3 here. Now in this test 3, it's just like you do this for this test transform, where you can have this test decoration, test decoration. You see, if you see this thing, don't try to cram it, don't try to cram it. Is when you are building something, when you are building something by yourself, then you understand, okay, this is what this one is working for. Because if you are trying to, like, you are trying to cram it one by one, that okay, test transform capitalize, test transform lowercase, you will not get it very well, because you just know that this syntax is working, but you do not understand what is really working for. Shey you get? Now what you just do is just like practice it and re-practice it, so you understand what you are doing, so that you can get it very well. So now this text decoration, it starts with this none, but I'm not going to use this none here. I can put underline. Let me put this underline. Let me give it a, this is how to you see do css. After you are do this one, you can just give it a color, to have a color of color red. You see I have color red. Then okay, after this color red, you can put fonts. I want to give it a font size of 20 pixels. Okay, font weight to be of 500. I hope you understand, you know all this one now. Font family, to be, let's give it to be monospace, as we did there before. You see, this is how you see, you have this kind of code here, you have this kind of code here before. That's how you be doing it one by one for each in your css layer, like this. Now if I should, you check our testing, we have our testing monospace, but you see that this underline is there now. You see this underline is only working for, let me put this one to be I don't like this red. Let me give it to be yellow. You see this text decoration to have this underline. Is the underline that is working here. Let me remove it. You see that we do not have underline. Then if I should put it back for this underline, you see that our text is already underlined. You see it here. We have the underlined text. Now there are different type of text decoration. Maybe I'm going to drop it to the group, like for this thing, so that you guys can all see it very well. You can see it, you can even have overline. You see this overline is going to, like, it's going to have line at the top like this. You see we have overline here like this. And you can have this one blink. You see everything here, this blink is not working, but this blink is supposed to be showing up down up down up down up down. But you know there are some syntax that they did not exist again, like they did not use it again. So you can even use anything you want. So let's just put it as underline. So now if you have underline and overline, that is working now. So now you can put none. You see this none, you see this none, you see that there is nothing here, and in our code we do not have any error. You see that if I should remove this thing, you see there's going to be one red here like this, that is expecting that I should put something in this place. It's expecting a value. But if I just put none, you see this none exists for this text decoration, none exists for it. So assuming I put soft like none here now, okay, this one is not JavaScript. Assuming it's JavaScript now, it's going to tell you that this kind of value does not exist. So if I should put none here, it's going to remove this underlined word here. Good. So that's about text decoration. And if you check this your anchor tag, that's what I want to talk about before. If you check this your anchor tag, that you have stuff like this, let's say hello, you see that there's this stupid underlined word here under it. What you can just do is just do just call it like this. This is your a tag, and you give it test. If you want to remove that underlined word, just give it test decoration and you put none. You see it now. You see that there's no underlined word under it. And if you want to change the color, you just change the color to be what? White. We change the color to be white now. You see it now. You see you're already styling very well now, and you see this is your normal anchor tag that you know. So you see you're already improving in your CSS. So that's how to use CSS. Now we'll be talking about what next? We'll be talking about we just let's just use let's just talk about this last one of some text property that we have of test 4. I think this is the longest video I've done for you guys for test 4. Then we have the dots test 4 here. Good. Let me just put other tests props. So this for this test 4. So if you are, I told you, if you are starting with test, there are different kind of attributes there are different type of styling you can put for test. Good. We have the text decoration, font family, font size, font weight. You see all these fonts, it is only used for text. All these fonts, it is used for text, not div. You cannot use font family for div. You know that div does not have any family. You only use div. If you want to use div, you only use this thing. I even forget for the color. I supposed to talk about this background color and the div, but maybe in the next video I'll just do that. Now let me talk about this line height. To have let's say this one to have like 12 pixels or so. You see this line height, you might not see it very well, but let me put it like 100 pixels. You see this line height, assuming we are on PC, you see that okay, let me write a very long. Oh, our test 4 is not even showing itself. This is what I want to show you guys. I don't even know, I've not even write this test 4. You see that the distance from this place to this place, distance from this test to this place is different, is the same as this one from this place, and this one to this place. But now see this one to have from this place to this place, you see that the distance is is different. You see that the distance is different. What's making it different is this line height. You see this line height is the, let's say I'm still writing a very long word to say um hello, my name is Kola. Now you see it now. You see, from this place to this place. Now the line height is the line, this test, the difference between these tests. You see, they are supposed to be the same. They are supposed to be the same. But because of that line height, it is giving them this distance that okay, this distance from this test to this one should be very, so this is the distance we are giving them. It start from this place, so this one has it at the top here like this, and this one here at the bottom here, and this one here at the down. So that's what the line height is working for. So if I reduce this to 10 like this now, you see that until for one around, but this one, even if I put it to be 1 now, you see that they'll not be inside their safe. They are overlapping their safe. So but if you put it, if you just remove it, if you just leave it, if you just put it away, they will not overlap themselves. They will be as default. I think the default should be 5. Then it should be 10. Let's try 15. I think it should be like this now, like normal text that they are together. So that's the function of the line height. Shit. Then let's talk about this letter spacing and word spacing. These I'll just let me use another test here for let me just use hello, how are you. Let me just give it a class of test 5 dot test 5. So let's say we have this letter spacing to have a 12 pixels 12 pixels. Now you are going to see what's happening to test 5. You see this letter spacing, it is taking them one by one, letter by letter. H, so the distance from this H to E, it is this one. From this E to L is this one. From this one to this one. So this one is called letter spacing. This one is called letter spacing. But what if I want to give it word spacing, like word by word? You know how this one is letter by letter. You know how if you have letter is letter, H letter, E letter, so it is taking it letter by letter. But if you want to have word by word, so the word by word is now going to be like from H to from H, hello to how is going to have one spacing. From how to H, then that one you are not going to use. Okay, I think let me just take a new tag of class of text 6 so that you understand it while you are saying it very well. Let's say hello buddy. Then we have dot text 6. Then you have word spacing to be, let's say put it to be 12 pixels now. 12 pixels. Now you see what I'm talking about. Oh, you have hello buddy. You see it now. From this place to this place, but then compare it to this one that have this one that is here. You see that the distance from one letter to the from one word to one word is different, but this one now is much. Then I can even increase it. Let's say you increase it to be 22. You see that the word spacing will be much now. Good. Let's talk about these test align. Talk about test shadow. So we have test alignment. So let's have one more word here called class of test 7. Let me call this one to be left. P of, we have a class to be test 8. Let's call this one to be right. We have P of, let's call this one to be center. We have the class to be test 9. Now, what you see about all these tests we are having since, you see that everything they are always at one side like this. Everything they are always at the, so we are in our tests dot test is that test 7. So we call our test 7 to be test. So we have the test align. You see I have the test align. You just put it as left. You see, if I put my test align to be left, you see it is already left, so nothing changes. But my dot test 8, let me put to be test align, and I put my test align to be right. Boom. You see it now? It has shift from this place to this place. Then same as dot test 9, I can give it to be test. It is just the test align, and you have it to be center. Boom. You see it now? I have one test here to be left, one is right, and one is center. See, that's the beauty of CSS. See, we are changing, we are putting everything, we are doing everything the way we like it now. This video is already going up to 1 hour, but I'm going to stop now. So this is the last tag I'm going to talk about, the test shadow. And let me just give it as h3 to have the, let's call it test shadow. And we have our class of test 10. That is going to be test shadow. Now we have the dot test. Then now let's give it color. What color should we give it to? Let's give it this blue. Let's check of the saturation. Okay, I think it's good like this. Okay, now I have this test here like this. Good. Let's add more styling to it. So I think you understand, you should have understand all this styling now. Font size, we had our font. I'm not going to use what we have not talked about. You see, I'm using everything that we have talked about here. 12 pixels. We are going to have the font what? The font weight. Let's put our font weight to be 600 here, and we put our font family to be, let's also give it monospace here. Then you see, boom. So let's do what we did here, test align. Let's put it at the what, at the center. I don't like the font weight, is I want it to be kind of more bold. Good. You see, we have our text to be center now. Now you see, this text shadow is like you giving a word a shadow. You see, this them is going to have a shadow. You know, if you are giving a text, it's going to have a shadow like this. A word should have a shadow like this. Now let's also give it a decoration text decoration to be what, underline. You understand that this one is what you have talked about today. So I just want it so you can, so you see now this thing is getting more beautiful now. So even with this one, you can just even write another paragraph under it to talk about yourself. So let me even change it to about, to look more good. So I'll just add about me. See it now, these are, you see. Now let's say you want to write about me, then I want to have a shadow to this about me. Now let's see this text shadow. Then you see this text shadow, you can have it like this. You see this, you first have this 12. I have this 12 pixels. Add another pixels. Let's say I add another 10 pixels. Then add 6 pixels. Then let me give it red. You see, I had 3 pixels, 3 pixels, 3 pixels. Now let me teach you how it works. You see, this 12 pixels is to the 12 pixels is to the, wait oh, I think 12 pixels is to the first one is going to go to this left. It's going to take about, is it going to go to the left or right? Then you see this 10 pixels, if I change this one to -12, you see that it's going to change direction to this side now. You see, so this, the first one is talking about where it should move to. Is it the, is it going to be the, is it going to overshow at the back way, left or right? Good. Then if I change this one to be -10, you see where it's going to show now. It is going to be top. So this middle one here is talking about, is it going to be down, or is it going to be down or top? You see now I'm putting it to be down or top, so it's at the down. Then if I should put minus to this one now, you see it's going to, it's at the back. At the back now, it's supposed to show, but why it's not showing that? It's at the back. It's already, this about me is already covering it, so that's why you're not seeing it. So just leave it at this. No, 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 I'm mistaking it. This one is the boldness. Yes, this one is the boldness. Sorry about that. This one is the boldness, like the opacity, like what you call about the opacity. Sorry about that. So this one is the opacity. So you know opacity does not have what am I even saying, like the blurriness, like the blur, you should blur. So if I put it to be, I can even put it to be 0.5 here. You see that the blurriness is not very good. Even if I now put it to be 100, you see that it's not going to be very very blur. No, let's put it to be 10 pixels. You see it now. You see it now that the blur is not, like the blurriness is now showing at the back door, at the back that place. So let me just reduce this to be, let's say we have 3, 5. So don't forget, you see it now, it's making sense now. You see, so don't forget, this first one is showing the place it should be, the left or right. This it should show to the left or right. It should show to the left or right. Then this middle one is talking about either top, the distance to the top or down. So if you put it as minus, you see it now. You see that our this thing is getting more beautiful now. See it now. Then our the blurriness should be 10 pixels. Then any color you want. If I put green, the color of the shadow, if I put green here now, you see, okay, this green is upload blue. Yes, you see it now. I think that green and this one, they are very very rhyme. So what color do we even use first? Sef? I think that one, if we put yellow. But I think I love this red. This red is still good with it. So you can use any text shadow that you want. So say you understand the logic. This first one is talking about the distance to the left. To the left. So is it, if you put minus, it's going to, the distance is going to change to this place now. You see this one, if I put 30 pixels, the distance is now from this place is now going to be very much. You see it now, the distance from this normal words to this place is now going to be very long. So it's talking about the distance. So the distance is now going to go to the right here as this thing. But if you put minus, it's going to change to the left. You see it now, the distance is going to change to the left. But if you now put this one is talking about the distance to the down. But if you put 30 pixels, you see that the distance to the down is much. Then if you put minus, it should change to where? To be top. Change to the top. Then this one is now talking about the blurriness. You see, this one is talking about the blurriness. Then put your blur percent. You can, I think percent will work now. I think okay, percentage is not working. Just put 10 pixels sharp. Then but let's just put this as 3, 3. I'm not saying this is the perfect thing, you anything, I'm not saying this is the perfect, I'm just showing how the logic works. So you can anytime you want to do your own test shadow, you can check online and check the one that you think it suits you, and get the one that is better for yourself. Now I'm just teaching you how to do the procedure. I'm not teaching you how the I'm not telling you that this is the perfect thing to do. So let's say, so you can now start your, say my name is Ella Hamzat, yeah. Blah 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 blah. Assuming you're on PC, you have this Lorem Ipsum Dollar, all these type shit, yeah. You have everything. I just want you to see that, you see that it's now getting beautiful now. So you see it now, it's now getting beautiful. So if you want to style this one now, you just style it like that. So that's what we're going to talk about. Bye.